this is Alix, and this is episode 2 of my new YouTube channel. Towards the end of the pandemic, I shot a commercial with Drew Barrymore for an online bingo game called Bingo Blitz, which was very popular. It ran constantly. You may have seen it. This may look a little familiar. So here I am in my dressing room with the lunch, and here's footage of the commercial actually being shot with Drew, who was terrific, by the way. Remembered everybody's name. I was impressed. I'm bad at names.
Yes! Bingo! Yes, bingo!
I'll have what she's having. This is the tip part of episode 2, and I'm addressing this to older performers who may not have been actors or performers when they were younger, but surprisingly, there are some advantages to getting into the performing pool of talent later in life, particularly with retired people. They generally have a lot of free time, and they also have money to live on. They often have pensions or Social Security. I do need to emphasize is that, like in real estate, location, location, location. If you want to get into professional performing, you really need to go to New York City or LA. I mean, and of course, these days, comedians tour all over the country, but generally speaking, they get those bookings through either LA or New York. And those are the markets that you need to concentrate on. Take a class. Now, classes can be everything. And there's nothing wrong if you just want to try out acting and join the local community theater. You might as well go for the professional stuff where there's at least a chance of getting paid, because those little community theaters are very cutthroat and competitive. We're interviewing a retiree, SYGY SUSSER, who I met because I signed up during the pandemic for a class in what I thought was comedy writing at the local senior center. And we got this wonderful teacher who ended up making a TV show out of it called Good Timing, which was on the Peacock channel.
I'm just gonna say words, and you just say whether it's funny or not funny. Gerbils?
Definitely funny.
Gerbils are funny?
And that came out of a class. What you get also from a class is the other actors or the other performers will give you help. They'll tell you what they're doing and how they found out about something. We're going to interview SYGY, and he's going to tell us how he got started. So what I wanted to ask you is performing something that you always wanted to do, but you just never had the opportunity, or how did it happen that you started investigating performing?
I took a class on comedy.
How did you find the class?
I don't know. I guess I looked for classes. I don't know.
You mean online?
Yeah,
you
online.
Googled
right.
comedy classes?
Right. Manhattan Comedy School.
Manhattan Comedy School. So what about the acting class? I know you're taking an acting class. How did you find out about the acting class?
Again, I Googled it or whatever, and I found at the JCC they had an acting class for seniors.
What's JCC?
Jewish Community Center.
Is it expensive?
It's not that expensive. I think it's like...
affordable.
Yeah, it's like $130 for like 8 classes or something like
that's
that.
very reasonable.
So something like that. So it's very reasonable.
What about the comedy? I know there's a huge range of comedy classes from...
There are a ton of comedy classes.
Yeah.
The ones I've taken have all been good so far.
So it just goes, one thing leads to another. And also I would imagine, because that's certainly been true in my case, that you learn from the other people in the class.
Yeah.
I mean, they tell you about auditions or they tell you about open mics. Now, you did do an acting job.
Oh, yeah. There was a friend, a comedian, who's also an actor.
So you met this comedian doing...
Yeah, Josh Hyman, and he contacted me and he said, I wrote this script and I really think it'd be great for this part. And I've never done anything like that.
So you got an acting job.
I got an acting job.
So good thing you took that acting class.
Right. So it was cool. The acting class, helps me with comedy too. Besides my voice, it's also about being in the moment, being present,
Right.
you know, and stuff like that.
You are a great example of that because you took comedy classes and you took an acting class and you ended up performing. You performed quite a bit, yes?
From every now and then, maybe a few times a month. Sometimes
Yeah.
For
And
lucky.
right, and that's not only at open mics, but at some
At shows.
regular shows,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And that just develops as you do these open mics and
And
meet
take
more
that.
people and take more classes. I mean, it kind of,
Yeah, and networking is important.
Yes,
Because you meet
yeah.
people and they tell you
Yeah.
about this, that, or the
Yeah.
other. So that's very important. But like you said, you know, I'm retired. I have an income, Social Security,
Yes.
whatever. I'm not do comedy for a living. It's a really
Exactly.
hard job. All the arts. It's really hard to make a living.
it's hard to make
You
a
know,
living.
unless
It's
you're at the
true.
top of,
Yeah.
it's really tough. But the joy of hearing people laugh is incredible. I mean, when you do a show and it's working,
And it working,
wow,
it's
wow,
terrific,
it's
I must
like,
say, yeah.
It's like a high. It's a high.
Yeah,
It's adrenaline
it
rush,
is.
whatever. And I'm happy to make people happy.
That's
you know?
true. It's nice to hear people laughing instead of being miserable. If you're retired, you have time, you have some extra money, it's time to take a class and explore the wonderful world of show business. It's not brain surgery. It's something that's really on some level available to everyone. So that's the end of this particular episode, and I just wanted to say please remember to like, follow, and subscribe. I mean, because we're trying to keep this going, and if we don't have enough subscribers, we're going to have to rethink this. But thank you so much, and we will have a new episode in a couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens. So thanks very much, and also, if you want to any kind of questions or comments, put it in the comment section, and I will answer you. Okay, thanks. Bye.